All right. Namaste, everybody, and happy Karwa Chauth. So, today we are going to do one mudra, and the name of today's mudra is Tadagi Mudra. Tadagi, Tadagi Mudra. This is also called in English water pot mudra. Tadag means a ghada, water pot. So, according to Rishi Garand, उद्रम पश्चिमोतानम कृत्वा च तड़ाग आकृति तड़ागी स परा मुद्रा जरा मृत्यु विनाशिनी. He says sit in Paschimottanasana. Okay, you know how to sit in Paschimottanasana? Both you are sitting and both your legs are in front of you, fully stretched. That is a Paschimottanasana. Okay, and back straight, head up, and then you touch your toes. If you cannot touch your toes, you can always put a towel between your feet and then just hold that. Or just to hold your knees if you want to, or lower legs. But your back got to be straight. So sit in Paschimottanasana and expand the abdomen as if it were full of water. This is an important mudra which removes the fear of old age and death. Tadagi param mudra jara mrityu vinashane. So you're imagining a pot half filled with water when you do this mudra. So what is the technique? Again, sit with legs stretched out in front of the body, and feet should be slightly apart. They should not be touching each other. Legs should remain straight throughout the practice. First, place your hands on your knees, keeping the head and spine straight. Close your eyes and relax the whole body, especially the abdominal area. Now you got to lean a little bit. Don't bend your back, but lean a little bit forward and grasp the toes with the hands. So upper body is not fully bent. Back is kept as straight as possible. Inhale slowly from both nostrils and deeply, expanding the abdominal muscles to their fullest extent. Retain the breath inside for a comfortable length of time. So everybody comfortable time could be different. Okay, so you got to see what's happening inside you without straining your lungs anyway. Then exhale slowly and deeply while relaxing the abdomen. Okay, so legs in front of you, back straight, bent a little bit, holding your toes, relaxed body. Inhale deeply, hold, exhale deeply, and keep holding your toes. Keep holding. Repeat this 10 times while staying in the same position. And if you want to have 3 to 5 rounds of it, each round, make sure you do 10 times. Okay? So after 10 times, you can relax your legs if you want to. But then start again and hold and do 10 times. Who should not do it? Pregnant women, people suffering from hernia should not do this practice. And where should be the awareness? Physically on the abdomen, spiritually on the Manipur chakra. So when you are doing this exercise, you are concentrating on the Manipur chakra. Imagine that center over there. What are the benefits of it? During deep inhalation, the diaphragm contracts downward and the upper abdomen expands. And when you exhale fully, the diaphragm relaxes upward and it creates a pressure throughout the trunk of the body. So it tones your abdominal organs, stimulates your blood circulation, improves digestion. And we know that most of the diseases, they start from the digestive system. So your digestive system becomes very strong. As they say in India, Pathar Hajam, Lakkad Hajam. Remember that? You can eat anything. You can digest anything. Even at an old age, it becomes so good. This practice, this mudra, rectify incorrect breathing also. A lot of people, when they breathe wrongly. So it corrects that. It promotes abdominal breathing instead of just a thoracic breathing. Okay, a lot of people think their chest should expand when they inhale. Okay, so it just teaches them to breathe deeply. And spiritually, Tadagi Mudra stimulates Manipur chakra because you're concentrating there. This is the center of energy distribution. So it raises the prana gradually, which is really needed for the higher sadhana. See, we got to intensify our sadhana. We don't want to be just content with the sadhana which we are doing at this point. We want to intensify it. So these mudras, they help us with that. Okay, simple, very simple mudra. Especially if your body is already flexible and you are practicing Paschimottanasana, it's not difficult at all. Only thing is you got to just do it with a full faith. Do it deeply. Maybe you are not breathing deeply first time, but you will see that after a week or so, you'll be able to do it so beautifully and you'll be able to get so much benefit out of it. Okay, any question? So Tadagi Mudra. Okay, just like a water goes from one part to the other, that's how you feel. Yes, Jyoti.
Rita has a question. Rita.
Yeah. So one time when you're doing, you have to do 10 times to make a one circle.
Yes.
And then you do second and third. So that means you can do up to 30 times.
Yeah, you can do it even more than that, but start with the 3 rounds. Three rounds of 10 repetitions.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Have a proper impact.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
first round has 10 breaths.
Yeah, 10 inhalation.
Yeah.
As well as the exhalation.
Okay.
Then you can relax a little if you want to, because I don't want you to get tired. Okay, if you want to just relax a little bit and then start again. Do not get up, keep sitting.
Same
We got to get into the habit of sitting down for a longer period of time. Okay, keep sitting. Just take few breaths and then stretch your legs again and bring your hands on your knees. Then bring your hands all the way to your toes. And some of you, if you cannot bring the hands on the toes, that's why I said have a little towel between your feet and hold on to the towel. Okay, you can do that way also, but make sure that your attention is towards your breathing and towards your Manipur chakra. Got it? Anybody else? Okay, so Tadagi Mudra. Okay, so practice it, and then if you have a question, you can ask me anytime.
Yes, where is the Manipur chakra?
Manipur chakra is right at the navel center.
Okay.
Right behind the navel center, alongside the spine.
Okay.
That there's a Manipur chakra. See, Mani means gem. It's like a red colored light you are supposed to imagine.
Okay.
Okay, money is a gem, like a ruby red, that kind of a red.
Okay.
So anybody else? So when you practice, you might have more questions. Okay, but do practice it.
Thank you.
So today's topic is Vrata. Vrata. In English, we call it fast. Vrata. It is a Sanskrit word. In all Sanskrit terms, they have a root to that word, which is called a dhatu, the root. Root of vrat is vri, V-R-I, vri, which means to well, W-I-L-L. That is a vrat. Vrat becomes a regular part of a spiritual practice. Before this class, we were talking about this, that how it is a part of every religion, every tradition. Vrat. A vrat is a sacred vow to engage in some sort of self-discipline or even a charitable act in order to achieve a specific goal. That is a vrat. So you make a vow. But the practitioner, the sadhak, should be aware of the goals and the mechanism of the karma when we take a vow. And we got to know the process consciously. What is really happening? Am I just doing it mechanically? Or is there some kind of a reason behind it? Because the yoga masters, the yoga gurus, they recommended these fastings for us, these vrats for us. And they said there are 5 kinds of goals, which are very typical when we look into these fastings properly. What are these 5 goals? One is to burn away the bad karma. We make a vow to burn away the bad karma. Second is to create good karma. Third is to benefit others. And today's vrat, which some of us are keeping, this Karma Chauth vrat falls in this third category, to benefit others. We are sacrificing so that our husbands, they have a long and a healthy life. Benefit others. Fourth is to develop a desirable quality in your personality. And fifth one is to accelerate your spiritual goal or growth. And spiritual growth is ultimate goal. Let's look at first one, burning bad karma. If you have committed an act and you will feel guilty about it, that vrat may be undertaken to expiate the wrongdoing. There's a Hindu code of conduct which is called Manu Samriti, law book of Manu. Over there, there's a very deep and full explanations, descriptions, very difficult ascetic practices Manu Maharaj Ji has given if we have done something wrong. He says, repent genuinely, make amends, and never repeat your error again. This is the advice of Manu Maharaj. In old times, because this Manu Samriti is very old, in old times, he gave us the practices like fasting on barley juice or live in a cow shed for a period of atonement. These days, we neither have the cow sheds nor we need to drink barley juice, but still we need to get rid of our wrong deeds, the effect of the wrong deeds. Even Catholic Church has a similar way of confessing. They say confess, then undertake a discipline. Sometimes they say repeat 1,000 Hail Marys or do some seva outside. That is a way to make the amends. So this kind of a vrata, you are cleaning your conscience. But as a yoga student, we understand that there is a karmic container which is called karmasya. Karmasya. And all the effect of the karmas is there. They even call it a karmic debris. So it's not just one time or two times. This kind of a discipline has to be part of our practice. So vrata, all the memories of in the unconscious mind, which is holding us back, we need to clean it up. So if we cannot go into the cow shed or drink barley juice, what do we do these days? We can make a commitment. Hey, the money which I used to spend on me for next 3 months, I'm going to give it to somebody else. That is a vrata. Or for a certain period of time, I will fast on the weekends, sit meditating, reading, inspiring books instead of watching television or going to the movies. But we got to be conscious of that, hey, I am cleaning myself. I am putting something good in me so that the bad will overflow. These are all part of the same goal. Okay, so the first goal is to burn bad karmas. And nobody can say that I have not done bad karmas. We are not aware of it, but we all have done. Even now we do. How do we know that how many ants get killed when we are walking outside? How many spiders are being eaten by us? Okay, so bad karmas, automatically we need to do something good so that bad gets erased. The second type of goal is, I told you, cultivating good karmas. To achieve a specific goal, such as having a baby, sometimes a couple cannot have a baby. Purchasing a home, improving your health, those are all, we need some kind of a pious karmas to gain something good also. So that reason also people do the vrata. So the first kind of vrat is designed to erase bad karma. The second type is meant to create good karma. So you build enough punya or merit to qualify for special blessings. These are the blessings. It's almost like adding to your bank account. Sometimes people say that, yeah, you're bargaining with God. You say that if I promise to endure this hardship, I will earn God's compassion and he will grant me a boon. But there is something deep in human psyche. We know that, we recognize it's not just a bargaining, it's a karmic principle. Do good, reap good. So I want to do something because I know when I do something good, good will come back to me. We all want good, so we got to do good also. If you think back in your life, you can remember the time when spontaneously praying, God, please help me to pass this exam, to get a job, to recover from an illness. Then you will go to church or the temple or the Gurdwara. We even take prasad. This all falls in this cultivating good karmas. There's a temple in Aurora, Balaji's temple. My younger daughter Priya, she went to the school over there across that place, IMSA. And she used to tell me that all the Indian and non-Indian kids right before the tests will go there in the evening. They're praying to God or maybe donating something too, that God, please help me. Spontaneously, these things happen, and we all have done it too. Okay? So, to perform this kind of a vrat, you must clarify what you want and then decide which practice you want to do, how long you want to do it. Because when you take it as a vrat, you do it more consciously. Remember, a vrat should not be easy. There has to be a tap involved. Only then it becomes vrat. Tap. Like today, we are doing this Karwa Chauth vrat. We got up early in the morning before sunrise, and we are not going to drink even a sip of water all day long, let alone eating food. So there's a little tap involved. Tap means it should make you sweat a little. If you do the puja for half an hour every day, when you do the vrat, do the puja for an hour. That means intensity has to be increased so that there is some heat produced to purify you. Yogic texts, they describe that great yogis who did the taps for years with a full determination in order to achieve a particular goal. And what really happens with this tap? You cultivate a very focused mind. Because it's not only eating the food, it's not only drinking certain kind of a juice, it's not just doing the prayers only, but physical body is involved, but at the same time, the mental concentration should be there too. This focused mind is called Chintamani, wish fulfilling gem. That's how, with that kind of a mind, you can produce anything. That's why I said you are cultivating good karma. The third goal, I told you, benefiting others. So you are doing the tapasya not for yourself, but for others. There is a personal karma, then there's a group karmas also. So this comes under the group karmas. This kind of a practice is very common. When in the temples, in the churches, People get together and pray for someone. And we find, we hear the stories and we end up doing it also because we are all grandmothers now, most of us. We recite mantras for our children, for our grandchildren, for great-grandchildren. It's very common. So by dedicating the fruit of our spiritual practices to the others, we can really help because we are all connected at a certain level. So, and this is what the saints do. This is what gurus do when they bless us. They have a big stock of good karmas, so they keep on giving. That's why we go to the guru. They give their portion to us. But we should need to do this also to benefit others. Because on this path, we don't want to be selfish. Because if the selfishness is there, then we are going downward. If the selflessness is there, we move upward. Okay. Fourth goal is developing willpower. This is a very desirable quality in our personality. Willpower. Just like generosity is a good quality, equanimity is a good quality, endurance is a good quality, self-control is a good quality. This willpower, strong willpower. Sometimes people make a vow to give a set of clothes and blankets during this time of the year. They know there are people who don't have those winter clothes. So regular intervals, they keep on giving. But what happens is they are creating this strong willpower in themselves. They promise not to eat or any given day till they have fed a stranger. That helps willpower. But I am not going to eat until I help somebody. I mean, I'm sure you remember there's some people in your family in India. Before eating, they'll go outside and check if there is somebody, poor person walking. Is there a dog outside? Take something out for the birds also, for the cow also. Doing all that. And then having that plate, sprinkling the water around. That means purifying what you're eating, remembering God, and then eating. What do we do these days? Phone in front of us. We don't even know how much we have eaten. That's why willpower is decreasing these days. But when we have these kind of practices, then willpower increases. And this not only generates karmic merit, it helps develop generosity of spirit. This is called a sankalpa shakti. With your own strong willpower, this sankalpa shakti, you can benefit others. This is a very valuable quality for an aspiring yoga student. It takes a lot of inner determination to persist in your spiritual practices. Because we have numberless responsibilities. Because of our old karmas, we don't know what is coming to us. So we got to have a strong willpower that I am going to stay on my path. So Vrata does that for us. So that's why I told you earlier that the Vrata, the root of this Vrat word means to will. So successfully completing a series of Vrata is the one of the best possible ways to increase your Sankalp Shakti. And the fifth goal is spiritual growth. To accelerate your spiritual growth. The renunciates, the swamis, the sadhus, they continually do the vrats. They keep on doing the malas. They stand on one foot. They hardly eat. So vrat can be especially effective if it's your guru assigns the practice, because then you take it seriously. And these sadhus, that's what they do. Whatever their guru said, they just do it without any question. So in yoga tradition, because everything what we talk about in these classes is related to the yogic tradition. Okay. So in yoga tradition, a vrat is not a casual undertaking. Ordinarily, we do a lot of resolutions, but vrat is a very serious commitment. It must not be broken. A vrat is a solemn commitment made it to our higher self. So that's why when our guru tells us, we take it seriously. But on your own also, you can just make a commitment to yourself. Because yourself is the God present, living inside you. I am making a promise to myself and I better not break it. And we all know that these vrats are popular in every religion, every tradition, every place. Okay, we all want to become better. There are 3 steps to complete a vrata. 3 steps. First, you must be very clear about your goal in the beginning. You have to think about it. Why you are undertaking this vrata? See, like today's vrata, we are very clear. This is for the benefit of our husbands. That's it. We want to do it with the love, with the respect, and we want to do it the right way. It's not that we want to just go inside a closet and eat. No, we have made a promise to ourselves. No cheating. So when your intention is firmly fixed in your mind, the physical act of performing the vrat will energize this image. Image means why you are doing it. And offer the merit of your spiritual practice for the welfare of all beings. Ultimately, no matter which vrat you do, when you are spiritually heightened, then yeah, you just want to do it for the benefit of others. Okay, so the first step is that you must be clear about your goal in beginning. And the secondly, it should be demanding, but not unrealistic. Demanding it must, as I said earlier, there has to be some thought involved. You may want to start with the easier ones. If somebody has never done a fasting, hey, I will not eat solid food today, just liquid. That's easy. Then only water. Then even water also once. So just gradually inch up. So it's better not to launch into an especially difficult vrat without checking with your spiritual master. Okay, you don't want to, because I know that some people, they do this complete fasting for 9 days also. Complete fasting, just a lemon water. But if a person has never done it and wants to do it all of a sudden, they can hurt themselves. So be smart about it. And the third step is to start the vrat and follow through. Unlike the short-lived resolutions, especially the New Year's resolutions, Vrats are easier to complete because it's a sacred nature of it. There's a commitment to complete the practice with the prayers. Even today's fasting, prayers are involved with it. In the morning, when we ate, we prayed. All day long, we are supposed to pray. In the evening, there's a group prayer. And at night, when we see the moon, again prayers. So prayers, prayers, and more prayers. So that's why it is a very sacred thing. That's why when I see the people joking around it, it's sad. There's a divinity involved in this fasting. It's not a joke. We are praying to God. So complete the practice with your prayers. So that's how this Vrata becomes such a deep part of a spiritual practice. And failing to complete these Vrats is not even a question in our mind. It's just like hey, God is with me, and with God's blessings, I will finish it. There are, if you have never done the Vrat before, there are some other examples of doing the Vrat to accomplish this purpose of whether you want to spiritually heighten yourself, or whether you want to strengthen your willpower, or whether you want to get rid of the bad karmas, cultivate the good karmas. For example, for 1 month, additional time given to your prayers. 1 month. Next month, I am going to every day add 10 to 15 minutes into my prayer time. That's a Vrat. After 30 days, you will feel so good about it that you accomplished it. Or fast on water or fruit juice 1 day each week. Any day of the week choose. Just do that for 3 months. See, there has to be a certain continuity to these fastings too. For next half year, devote 1 afternoon each week for some seva, community service. That is a Vrat too. 3 days per week for the next 2 months. Instead of filling your time with the TV or the movies, you are going to lengthen your meditation session. That's a Vrat also. 1 day a week for the next 2 months, practice silence, Maun Vrat. That is a Vrat also. Because most of the times we think that Vrats are only associated with food. No. These are all different forms of Vrats. Rishi Patanjali gave us in Yoga Sutras 5 Mahavrat. He called them Mahavrat. Most of you have the book, Yoga Sutras. Check it out. Chapter 2, verse number 31. Jati, Desh, Kal, Samay, Anavchinna Sarvabhoma Mahavratam. Mahavratam. And in 230, he told us what are these Vrats are. Ahimsa, Satya, Ste, Brahmacharya, Aprigraha. He said these are the 5 Mahavrat. Universal, he said. Anybody can do it. Any jati, anywhere, anytime. Jati, Desh, Kal, Samay, Anavchinna. So that means Anavchinna means not limited by. It's not that only in India we do it, or only women can do it, only young can do it, only Hindus can do it. No, beyond all this, we all need to do it. That's why he called them Mahavrat. These are the universal vows. Should keep all the time by everybody. Most of you are familiar with these 5. Just let me quickly tell you. Ahimsa means not to harm others or yourself. physically, mentally, verbally. Take a vow that now onwards, or at least make a vow for next 5 days. I will totally, firmly establish myself in non-violence. Ahimsa. Satya, to always speak the truth. Aste, not to take what doesn't belong to me. Brahmacharya, to avoid overindulging yourself. Brahmacharya. Aparigraha, to stop craving things you don't really need. So he called these Mahavrata. These are the ethical commitments, very valuable to all of us at any time, at any place, under any circumstances. That's why Rishi Patanjali called them Mahavrata. So Vrat is a huge commitment that involves living each moment consciously, cultivating selflessness and contentment, and making a spiritual growth your top priority. That is a vrat. Or another way I'll tell you, a vrat is a promise you make to yourself. It is not a favor we do to somebody else. It is a promise which we make it to ourselves, a commitment to free ourselves from the bonds of our negative karmas, which are stored in our karmashya. Ashya means a bag. We all have that bag of karmas inside us. See, just like there's a amashya and pikavashya, there's a karmashya. Amashya and pikavashya, they will be burnt over here with our body when we leave this body. But karmashya is going to go with us. So these vrats, we are cleaning our karmashya. It is so important. So a vrat is a promise you make it to yourself, a commitment to free yourself from the bonds of your negative past karmas, to generate more positive thoughts and actions in the present. Because right now, we can make a difference. We can create more good thoughts and we can do good karmas right now. And to create a better, more spiritually enlivened future for ourselves and everybody around us. That's why we do the vrats. I think I'll stop talking. Today I wanted to go over the Havan also, but let's do that next time, because I wanted to give you the meaning of the Havan and some of the rituals which we perform in the Havan. What do they mean? So that topic we'll touch upon next week. But today, if you have any question, I can go over, try to answer those questions now. Okay, Jyoti.
So, Pramila, you have a question?
Yes. Hershji, please repeat the last sentence again. Slowly,
Okay.
I did.
Okay, a vrat is a promise. This is the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
A vrat is
Yes.
a promise you make to yourself, a commitment to free yourself from the bonds of your negative past karmas,
Mm-hmm.
to generate more positive thoughts and actions in the present, and to create a better, more spiritually enlivened future for yourself and those around you. Okay? So because we don't live in vacuum, we live others. So that's why part of our practice, we should send that positivity towards others also. Okay? Yes, Jyoti.
Prem?
Yes, good morning, Hershji.
Good morning, Prem.
Could you please talk a little bit more about आपने कहा कि we can give our good karma to others?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
With the
that.
thoughts. It's not that we got to give something physically.
No,
with
of
our
course not.
thoughts.
Yeah.
See, just like today, this Karva Chauth Vrat. So anybody who's doing it, we are doing it. We are praying to God for the long, healthy, happy life of our husband. That's all we are doing. The same thing can be done for the children or the grandchildren or neighbor. We don't have to tell them that we are doing it for them, but pray and send those vibrations to them. Vibrations travel faster than the words.
And words.
Okay, so it's just like sending the good vibes for them.
So you don't really have to wait for a particular day. You can fix yourself a day.
Yeah,
You can fix
exactly.
some hours or do whatever you want to for the benefit of others.
Yeah, benefit of others. Yes, that's all.
So it doesn't have to be fasting. It could be other things as well.
That's why I said it could be anything. It could be doing a social service. It could be picking up a litter on the parking lot.
No, that I can, let's say I go to a place to serve, let's say elderly people, but I want that fruit to go to, let's say my children. I can do that.
So yeah, you can do that. So before going there, just sit down and then just have these kind of thoughts in your mind. This action, good actions which I'm doing, God, I want the fruit of that to go to my children. That's all. After that, do not get attached to it.
Okay.
That's another thing we got to remember.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Everything is not in our hands.
Of course.
In our hands, only 1/5 of the karma is in our hands. You do your part and then just relax.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So
you said 1/5. Is that something written in scriptures?
Yes, it is written in scriptures.
Really?
In Bhagavad Gita, last chapter, Lord Krishna has said it very clearly.
Okay.
1/5. When we go through it in detail, I'll tell you.
Okay.
1/5 only in your hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Jyoti.
Nishta? Nishta?
Sorry. Yes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask you, I do the Vrat also for my husband and he does it for me. And then I also do the one Ahoy, uske baad, I guess 4 or 5
Yes,
days after.
for the kids, yes.
Handy, for your kids. So one thing that he and I have always had a problem with is this story about this lady whose husband forgets.
Yes.
Okay, we find it very irritating almost, what kind of a story is that? He forgets his wife and thinks the maid is his wife. What is the significance? Is there any other?
Yes, no, that is the story. And when we do the puja at 4 o'clock, I'm going to tell you that how beautiful that story is.
But that whole
Once
thing.
No, Nishtha, when you understand the significance of the message behind that story, you will not get irritated, believe me.
Okay, I'll have him listen.
Story. Okay,
Achha.
so because now is not the time, but after the puja, 4 o'clock, we're going to do the puja, and I'm going to tell you that story. And after the story, I'll tell you the reason behind it too. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, uncle sent the thing. Is it 4 o'clock your time?
4
So
o'clock.
hamara,
Yes.
so hamara 2 baje. Hamara 2 baje.
Okay, what we can do is, Nishtha, what we can do if you don't want to do it at 2 o'clock.
No, I don't mind.
Okay.
I'll join it too. That's
Okay,
fine.
all right. Otherwise, I can set up another time for you guys.
No,
Hershji, will it be recorded?
It should be recorded, yes. Oh, no. Jyoti won't be here unless somebody else wants to record. Yeah, Jyoti won't be here.
At 4 o'clock, right?
At 4 o'clock. Yeah, we are doing it 4 o'clock, and it will take, puja will take about half an hour, not even half an hour. I mean, it can be done in 15 minutes. So small story, I break it down into 7. That's the tradition.
Oh.
And then I would like you to have your plate with a diya in it, right in front of you. And we'll go through the story.
Okay, good.
And,
Okay,
yeah,
I'll join.
story. You are not the only one, Nishtha. Let me tell you, a lot of people in the past, they have come to me and they complained about that story, and they wanted me to change the story. They said, you are so change everything. I said, no, I don't have the right to change. Then I talked to my Guruji and had a little discussion with him. And then I'll tell you what he said and what is the meaning behind that story.
Perfect.
It'd
Okay,
be
wonderful.
so
Thank
nice
you.
if you could record it, because I have to babysit at that time.
I will take my computer to work and do it from there. So
No, Jyoti, I can record it if you'd like. It's up to you.
will you be able to send me the
Through WeTransfer, I guess. Well, or you go ahead and do it then. I can send it through WeTransfer or something. But that's okay. You record it.
Both
Yes,
of
Jyoti, if you can
you.
do it. Otherwise, I can make Nishtha the host, and then she can record it. Let's just talk it at
Yeah.
that time.
Yeah, I'll take the computer to work and see if I can.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, definitely. So anybody else?
No problem.
Yes, Pankaj.
Poonam.
Pankaj.
Poonam.
In Gita, Krishna says that you shouldn't do the hard tap where you damage your body or hurt
Yes.
body. And so
Yes.
15 days of fasting that you are saying is not, it's physically harming your body.
No, I did not say 15 days of fasting, like a completely. And then do check with your doctor before you do it. Okay. So 15 days without water, yeah, sure, that will be too much.
Right. You know, Jains do for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Days they,
Yeah, I will not recommend that, but everybody is different. If somebody is, even this Karma Chauth Vrat, if somebody is diabetic, they can eat something in between. You got to just be smart about it. Yeah, it's not to hurt yourself. It's not to hurt yourself physically, but it is definitely to help you to have a stronger mind, stronger willpower, and elevate yourself and detach from these lower level things. Okay, so physically you should not, yeah, definitely you got to be smart about it. You don't want to hurt yourself. Okay, then you are not getting anywhere. Yeah.
yeah, you're not getting the benefit that.
Yeah, no. Benefit is to detach from the temporary and attach to the permanent. That is the benefit. To clean yourself. That karmic debris, we need to learn how to clean it. Otherwise, the debris is the one which keeps us earthbound. Okay, so we got to, so this is the way to do it. And that's why I said that it's not about eating alone. It's about those 5 Mahavrata also.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are not following that and we are only obsessed about the eating, we are not getting anywhere. Okay, so who else had a question, Jyoti?
Harshji,
Yes.
I don't think even I should ask it, but anyway, I've been thinking about it.
Sure.
Today's Vrat, I'm also keeping it. You see me all dressed up, finally wearing red. My story about this Vrat is, we are basically, you said we are doing it for others. No way. We are doing it for ourselves, because our husbands are connected to us and we want our life to be the way it is. We don't want any change in our life. So we want them to have a long life. We want their companionship, or their, we want to stay a couple for a long time. So whether we had little children to raise them, now we are older, we want the company. So for that, for ourselves, we are doing it. We are not doing it for nobody else. And when we are doing it for the children, we are also doing it for ourselves. Basically, we are not doing for anybody else. That is how I look at this Vrat. I don't know. You said it is for him. It is for him, but basically it comes back to me only.
It does, whatever, see Poonam, whatever we give, it does come back to us.
But
definitely, we are not disconnected. We are not disconnected from anything in this whole universe, actually.
Exactly.
Even,
Right.
even if we are keeping this air clean, we are getting the benefit. So we are part of this equation, but consciously, we are praying for him. We are
Yeah,
praying,
that,
we do it for
that is,
free. We are praying for our children. Sure, we get the benefit too. Who says that we should not
but,
get the
but no, I think the real benefit is also consciously also we know the real benefit is to me only.
Okay,
This is
but
how we are going about it. We know that this is the benefit. When our children are good, it is benefit. We won't be
yeah,
sorrowful. We won't have sorrow in our life. We want that. And then we don't want our husbands to leave this world. We want that. We don't want sorrow in our life. So we do all this for
okay,
ourselves, basically.
and that
That's
is
how,
fine. And that is fine. That is okay
that is okay.
to
But it is
benefit.
not for them. I was just saying it isn't for them. It is always, it's the whole story is always about us.
And that is okay, because when we are peaceful, when we are happy,
Yeah,
we are definitely benefiting the others also. To me, I
definitely.
think it's just like it goes without
Absolutely.
saying. Nobody says that I got to hurt myself to
No,
benefit somebody else.
but
No,
there
we
is
all
nothing,
benefit.
but there is nothing selfless as much as we think it is. There is nothing selfless really. There is some part of self very much involved in it.
Okay, all right.
Poonam, we are all connected.
No, Poonam, maybe in your opinion, but in my opinion, it's a little disconnect from the selfishness,
Self,
doing it
exactly.
for others. To me, I think there is. Going out of your comfort zone and helping somebody, to me, I think there is a selflessness, and it teaches us that. And ultimately, we are all connected. Definitely, we get the benefit of it too. When our husbands are happy, healthy, long life, sure, it's going to help us. But that is not the motive behind the action. You got to see what is the motive right now. Today, when we fast, is that the motive? No. Motive is, I want my husband to be happy and healthy, live a long life. Okay. So outcome of that, sure, I'll get the benefit too. But the motive behind this particular action, or motive behind if I sit down and I want to do, or certain swamis, they do the malas, 100,000 malas they want to do for the benefit of the society. Sure, they are part of the society. They get the benefit, but at that time of the action, they are spreading that peacefulness. Or even the yajna when we do, next week, we're going to talk about the Havan yajna. Don't we get the benefit when we say Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina? We are praying to God, please God, everybody, and we are part of that everybody. Okay, so motive behind the action is very, very important. So we don't want to put it down that it's a selfish action. No, in my opinion, it's not. I think it's a celebration,
It's
and
a,
it brings couples closer together. Also,
it's a loving action.
give and take. Also, to me, I think it's a beautiful celebration. There's no selfishness in it. No,
All right.
I don't see that.
I'll take your word for it as I
Yeah,
do
no,
all the time.
motive. Just keep this selflessness all day long. That hey, just you say that I'm doing it for Kamal. That's it.
Kamal from day one, he keeps the fast along with me. So we
Yeah,
are
exactly.
basically, both of us are looking for each other to have a long
Yeah,
life, I guess.
yeah. It takes two to make a couple. So definitely, if you are
No,
doing it, that's great. So
he's
much.
fasting,
Don't
yeah.
call it a selfish, please. No, it's not selfish. Okay, it's definitely a selfless. Yes, Jyoti. Yes.
Urmil. Oh, she, I think, went off.
No, Urmil is not there. Okay, today Rita Chawla, she wanted to sing a bhajan for us. So if she is still there, do you see her there, Jyoti?
Here.
Okay, all right, Rita. You're fasting too, right, Rita?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll see you at 4 o'clock also. So
Yeah.
at 4 o'clock also, after the puja, if somebody wants to sing bhajan, we can, I mean, if you want to, if you're not too thirsty, so sing some bhajans at that time too. We can have a good satsang. Okay, but after I explain that story to Nishtha and to all of you. Okay, all right, Rita.
Ram naam sab जानिए जो रमता सकल जहान, घट घट में जो रम रहा उसको राम पहचान। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, बेड़ा पार रे बेड़ा पार। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे रे। काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी नैया तेरी राम हवाले, लहर लहर हरि आप संभाले। नैया तेरी, नैया तेरी राम हवाले, लहर लहर हरि आप संभाले। हरि आप ही उठाए तेरा भार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। काबू में मझधार उसी के, हाथों में पतवार उसी के। तेरी हार भी नहीं है तेरी हार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा रे, मिल जाएगा, मिल जाएगा परम सहारा मिल जाएगा। सहज किनारा मिल जाएगा, परम सहारा मिल जाएगा। डोरी सौंप के तो देख एक बार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। काहे को डरे रे, काहे को डरे, काहे को डरे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे। तेरा राम जी करेंगे बेड़ा पार, उदासी मन काहे को करे।
Thank you, Rita. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay, Jyoti.